Hello and welcome everyone. OpenAI has launched Sora 2 today, which is a video generation model which does video and audio together. This is in succession to Sora 1, which was launched earlier this year. So we will look at what Sora 2 can do, as well as we'll compare it with Veo 3, which was launched by Google, which is also audio plus video model. So we'll try and compare both of these. So looking at the Sora 2 website here, basically this is our latest video generation model, is more physically accurate and realistic and more controllable than prior systems. So everything on this video is supposed to be generated by Sora, right? Let's quickly try and see what it does.
1 year ago, Sora 1 redefined what was possible with moving images. Today, we're announcing the Sora app.
Wow, this looks super realistic here.
Powered by the all-new Sora 2.
Wow, these scenes are like very realistic, very interesting. Yeah. And they've got a bunch of videos on the site. So basically I was looking at, some of these here. Let's see this one. Yeah. So there's no distortion. There's like the videos like, yeah, at such high frame rate and all. So this looks pretty, this has got audio as well, which I've muted currently, but so they've got a lot of models here, a lot of videos here. This one is really interesting where, they've got two horses and the person. Wow, this looks super realistic. And then they've got some enemy videos as well. And then, yeah, a lot of videos they've got. This one was very interesting. A man rides a horse, which is on another horse. So then they've got some super funny videos in here as well. And then enemy is, yeah, they've made it all look very simple. Everything looks super realistic. And what seems to be really interesting here is they say that you can also directly inject elements of the real world into Sora 2. So for example, by observing the video of one of our teammates, the model can insert them into any Sora generated environment with accurate portrayal of appearance and voice. So basically the key word here is observing a video. So basically you give a video of yourself or one of your friends or somebody, right? Then Sora kind of trains, it seems to me, the way it says it's observing that video, right? So it looks at the movement, it looks at a lot of things. Hopefully it would look at a lot of things for that person and then try to replicate that person into a new scene. That is like, yeah, I haven't seen that capability in any of the video models. So if it's able to do that, that will be absolutely awesome because it says accurate portrayal of appearance and video voice, right? So that would be, this capability is very general and for any human, animal or object. So you can put in any object or any animal or any human in any setting now. If you record a video, for example, they've given some videos, examples here, right? For example, they've added this person on this video. So this looks absolutely realistic. If the face or the person is not distorted, I don't know how this real person looks. Yeah, so these videos are like, for example, these two persons have been added in this video, right? So they were not there originally. So this looks absolutely realistic, right? They've added, this is like absolutely awesome. So, yep. So en route to the general purpose simulation and AI systems that can function in a physical world, we think people can have a lot of fun. Yeah, absolutely. If it does all of this, then people will definitely have a lot of fun with this model. Wow, so they're clearly saying that we started playing with upload yourself feature several months ago on Sora team and we have had a blast. So if what I understand from this, and it exactly does that, it looks at your videos or any object or any animal's videos and then it can put it on some other video and make it look realistic, that will be absolutely awesome. And that's what it sounds like. So the only thing is they've launched a new social media application called Sora, which is confusing because the video model is Sora as well as the application is also called Sora. So we will have to join that, like download that mobile application called Sora, and then you'll be able to try this model there. So currently the model is not, so even this application is not available in India, or I think it's only been launched for US and Canada right now. So once you join that, and this app is even like currently only by invite. So only if you're invited to that app, you can download and use it, right? So basically they've woven together a social media kind of application where you can upload your video and then Sora would generate a new video for you and then you can post those videos. That sounds like mixture of reality and virtual reality. It'll be very interesting to watch how people use it, and they've kind of given a disclaimer here as well that they're launching it responsibly and they do some verification on how people, like if you're uploading somebody's video, you actually are that person and nobody else is uploading your video. Those restrictions they've tried to put in there, because this can be absolutely, this can become very difficult to handle very quickly, right? If it can generate video of you in some other settings, you will have to download the application. So currently the model is not even available on API, so we cannot test it, we cannot try it currently. Okay, so here is a quick comparison between Sora 2 and Sora 2 from OpenAI and Veo 3 from Google. So basically max resolution for Sora is 1080p, which is pretty much similar for Veo 3. It does 720p as well. The max clip length is, so it seems it's like 20 seconds. It could be more than that, but it's not officially kind of published yet. For Veo 3, the max video length is 8 seconds, which is a lot lesser than what Sora 2 is kind of publishing. But then let's see. Aspect ratios. Okay, so it does mobile and then it does landscape and then it does square. But this one is only landscape and portrait view in Veo 3, right? Frame rate is not disclosed for OpenAI. For Google, it's 24 frames per second. And for input, so it takes text as input. So Sora takes text as input, image as input, and video as input. Video as input is really important. So where they were saying that, it observes the video of the person, then extracts the person, and it can put that person or the object or the animal in some other context as well. So that is going to be really interesting. That's the difference between, Veo 3 and Sora 2. Veo 3 takes text as input for video and then image as input as well. It takes images, to create something like that. Audio generation. So they've not kind of formally specified. These guys are doing dialogue, SFX, and ambience. So watermark, both of them have some watermark to identify that this video was generated by the AI, right? Rate limits. So Sora 2 is going to be on a Sora app, so we don't even know what kind of rate limits would be there on that. There'll definitely be rate limits because this is going to use a lot of CPU. But let's see, they haven't published it yet. For Veo 3, there are 10 requests per project or 2 to 4 videos request, variant depends on. So there are some limits on the Veo 3 which are already published. So these were the high level comparison, technical comparison. There obviously would be, like quality and things like that later on, but the technical comparison between these two models. Now let's dive into some videos that I've created, we'll see some videos for Sora and then some parallel thing that was generated by Veo 3, and I've also done it with Veo 3 Fast just to see how those models kind of work. Okay, so first we are going to look at the prompt was a man does a backflip on a pedal board. Okay, so now we look at how OpenAI has done it. When I say OpenAI, I mean Sora. So let's see this.
Ready when you are. 3, 2, 1, go. Dude, you all right? I'm good. Ready when you.
So that was almost a 10-second video. Now let's see how Veo 3 Fast does it first, and then we'll look at Veo 3 as well. Okay, so now we are looking at Veo 3 Fast. Let's see how it does. So there was no flip at all, right? The guy just jumped, and we can see some issues there, and then he's standing back. Okay, so now we are looking at Veo 3. So this looked pretty good to me. The flip was nice. The sound, everything was right. And the prompt was very simply, basically, a man does a backflip on paddleboard. That was the prompt. So this looked really absolutely appropriate to the prompt. The one from OpenAI or Sora was basically another guy was recording the guy doing a backflip, and the backflip was also not complete. So this, as per the prompt, Veo 3 output seems like absolutely correct output, and it's been, the motion and all the, sounds and everything was absolutely perfect, I think. So now let's look at the next one, which is a man rides a horse, which is on another horse. This one is very interesting. Let's see what we see on the Sora 2 video first. So here is the Sora 2 video for
Folks
that.
keep saying you can't ride a horse that's riding a horse. It's nobody told these two. Steadiest pair I've ever had under me.
Wow, so that looked really nice. There's a horse, and then there's a horse on top of that. So this guy's controlling the top horse, and yeah, I mean, and the voice and whatever the person was saying sounded, appropriate to the scene. So all of that was pretty good. Although that was not there in the prompt. The prompt was very simply, a man rides a horse, which is on another horse. So the prompt didn't talk about what to say and what all to, depict there. But then, yeah. The sound, I don't know, sound was added extra, or was this the exact prompt given? I don't know. But now let's see what VO3 fast does and then what VO3 does. Okay, so now this is what we get from VO3 fast. So we can see there's a horse, there's a smaller horse up there, but that is merged with the person. Let's see. The model is VO3 fast. So they don't speak at all. I mean, there was no sound input provided at all. I mean, we didn't even ask for in the prompt. The prompt was very simple that, there has to be a man rides a horse, which is on another horse. So it didn't talk about what the man says or anything else. They've got the sound of, when the horse is moving. Yeah, the video is not appropriate. I mean, the man and the top horse is pretty much merged. So VO3 fast does not do a good job at it. Let's see how VO3 does. Okay, so now we are looking at the output from VO3, which looks kind of appropriate. I mean, there's a horse, there's a smaller horse, which is can be, I don't know, but a smaller horse, and then there's a man riding the top horse, right? Let's see how the video works. So we can hear this horse making some sound, and then it's moving around. You can hear those sounds as well. So this looks appropriate to me as well. I mean, this one also looks appropriate to me. The only problem I see is on the top horse where the man is sitting. He's got his foot on the footrest, and for the bottom horse there's a footrest as well. And in this one, what is interesting is the man is controlling the horse, which is at the bottom right, which is actually moving. So that makes more sense to me compared to the one that we saw for Sora. But otherwise, this is also pretty much, in line with the prompt that we gave. The prompt was very simple. A man rides a horse, which is on another horse, right? So as per the prompt, this looks appropriate for me. Yeah. The only issue I see here is that extra pair of legs, which are showing on the bottom horse. But apart from that, everything looks pretty cool. Okay, so now look at the last one that I've done. So basically, a person is standing on two horses with legs spread. Make it not slow motion, but also realistic. The guy fell off pretty hard in the end. Single shot. Wow. So this is the one which is very interesting to watch as well. And yeah.
Whoa, steady. Damn it.
Wow. This was absolutely realistic, and this was like absolutely awesome. They didn't make any extra sound. It was sounding like, this was absolutely true to the prompt that we'd given. So this is like really nice. Let's see how VO3 and VO3 fast do on this prompt. Okay, so now we are looking at the output from VO3 fast. I see 3 horses there, so it's not kind of followed with the, the prompt at all, and the man is sitting on the horse in the middle. Let's see how the video. So the flow of the video seems fine to me, but then, yeah, because the man had to fall, the horse vanishes completely. So this is like completely, off. This has not followed the prompt at all. So this was like a complete fill-in on VO3 fast. Let's see how VO3 does on it. Okay, so now we are looking at output from VO3. We can see 2 horses. It's followed. Yeah, it's not been able to understand at all. The man is got one leg on one horse and the other leg on the other horse. That has not been followed. Let's see. Now let me play the video. Yeah, so the most important part of the prompt was missed, which was the maximum fun part where, one man was putting one leg on the one horse and the other leg on the other horse, and that was, yeah, he fell finally. But so VO3 completely missed the plot. Even VO3 Fast kind of had 3 different horses. Now this one has 2. But yeah. So in this one, Sora was a clear winner. Sora was, yeah, doing it absolutely as per the prompt, but these 2 kind of failed. But apart from these, the last video clip, the prior to, I thought VO3 did a decent job. It was almost comparable. I mean, for the same prompt, if that was the exact prompt given, I would expect the output as per VO3 and not as per Sora 2. But Sora 2's output was definitely better in terms of, the dialogues and everything was there. But I don't think that output would have come from just that one prompt. Okay, so that was a quick test on the 2 video models. I don't know which one would you like or prefer. If you like something different from what I said, definitely put in your comment there. But I like, for the first 2 videos, I prefer the output from VO3 more than Sora 2. But for the last one, definitely Sora 2 was a lot better than the other 2 models. The only thing unique I noticed for VO3 and VO3 Fast was both the videos that were generated, for example, the backflip one, right? And then the man on the horse one, both had exactly same settings, same person, same paddleboard, same kind of horses, exact same setup for both, although the models were completely different. And although I was generating those, videos like after a long time gap as well, but still, and those videos are generated via API, right? So the API cost is pretty huge. But anyway, so those 2 videos from 2 different models, if you want to go back and look at it again, you might be surprised at the similarity of the 2 videos. The video from VO3 and VO3 Fast have exact same horses or exact same person in both videos. I don't know how that happened, but yeah, so that's something unique that I noticed there. But apart from that, VO3 looks like a decent model. We could have probably produced a third video as well from VO3. Maybe we would have to tweak the prompt a little bit, but Sora 2 does a really good job. So I think, yeah, it's just that VO3 is just doing 8-second kind of video, and Sora 2 can do a lot longer. That's where things could kind of change. But otherwise, both the models look decently good to me. Thank you so much for watching.